The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This is Lamar Miller, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Second down, here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. Third down here. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Let's go!
To throw on second is Watson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Throwing on third down, Watson. And finding Fedorowicz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, last week he found his way in the backfield from that linebacker position for 4 tackles for a loss. Another one there first quarter.
Yeah, help me out, because we watched tape together before this game, and we were watching what he did last week. Did that field tilt in his favor where he was just running downhill to plays?
Like
it certainly felt like it, didn't it? It felt like it on that play as well.
Here's Watson now on second down. He's got Fuller. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That's complete right around the 8. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
His kick is indeed good. That will get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Tolzien. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They'll run it here with Michael. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Going deep for Moncrief. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now Tolzien. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down. third down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Reminder later tonight, a good one down in Miami. It'll be the Raiders and the Dolphins. A lot of playoff history between those two in the 70s.
Yeah, there sure is.
And then tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 9, the unofficial halfway point of the season with the Lions and Packers from Lambeau.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! What? Nothing! What? Nothing! Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And this one's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They run again with Michael. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll be 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jonathan Bostic coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Watson to throw on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Michael. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go to Michael again. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdown. These guys need to get Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Colts send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And now out comes Houston. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Let's go. 190. 190.
Watson on first down. Going deep for Hopkins. He rifles one that's intercepted. That's the rookie from Ohio State, Malik Hooker, with the INT. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Back to throw now on first down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And Vinatieri's kick is good. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. The Broncos have taken the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
The final shot before the break. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. A spin. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds his man, Kamar Aiken. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a give. It's Michael. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff. It's Christian Michael. And he's going to be run over. Hit hard as he'll be marked down at the 49. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go!
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man, Hilton. He got 29 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz. made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This is Michael. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
After the interception, here's Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Watson so dangerous with his legs in college, and nothing's changed here as he picks up the first.
Now, that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Here we go!
On 1st down, it's Watson. And this is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go!
Watson looks to throw again. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good. An update, meanwhile, from over in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On the ground, it's Michael. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
The Colts on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Green 39.
Tolzien. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now the offense will look to respond after the sack. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now Tolzien. And he's got Moncrief. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a give, Michael running left. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard, right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but his second field goal makes this now a 6-3 score.
And this would be the definition of winning ugly. Now you need to continue to ride your defense and hope that you can make this fourth quarter lead stand up.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
To throw on second is Watson. Right side caught Fedorowicz. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio.
From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Now Watson. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now it's Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Here's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. That's the rookie from Ohio State, Malik Hooker, with the INT. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
On the carry, Michael. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Looks to be right around the 40. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here to his running back, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Now Mack. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. He's back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Watson now to throw. That's caught. Fedorowicz. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. But still need 1 completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
Here we go.
Now it's Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
To throw is Watson. He checks it down here to Ellington. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. It's a 7th loss of the year, so that means they will not reach their goal that they stated before the season began of being a 10-win team.
And now things get a little bit bumpy. Something might be a little bit off with this team because they expected to get to 10, which is kind of the